realized I had to explain everything.
Can we all just agree that isn't that good?
Yes!
No.
Yes, thank you!
No.
Thank you!
Absolutely not.
Thank you! Thank you!
Welcome to Gamer Tiers, a show where a panel of creators assemble tier lists, passionately defend their choices, and finally cry deeply as they compromise on a single list at the end. Before the group discussion, they are individually asked a series of questions, which will be referred to now and then for added context. This is our pilot episode, so please pardon the chaos, and we hope you enjoy these ordered opinions. Hello everybody and welcome to the inaugural pilot episode of Gamer Tiers. This one is on 3D Mario platformers. Our lovely panel today is Austin, aka Peanut Butter Gamer.
Am I supposed to say so? Hey!
That's fine, that works for me. We also have Chadtronic.
It's me.
Next up is Proton Jon.
Luigi.
This is Mario, not Luigi, John.
No, Luigi.
And last up is Shane of DidYouKnowGaming.
Hey.
All right, guys,
Hey.
let's crack on with it, shall we? This is a huge issue.
This is a pressing issue of our time, really, when you think about it.
It is. Look, even despite the fact that Mario died only a few months ago, we have to discuss.
His ghost lives on.
We have to discuss his legacy.
Which 3D Mario games have you played the most and why? Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine.
It's clearly Mario 64.
64 and Sunshine the most.
At this point, it's a tie between 3D World and 64.
Do you feel like nostalgia coats your opinion on 64 a lot or a little, or like how much do you think it affects it?
Yeah. I wonder if I had played Mario 64 for the first time today, what my impressions of it would be. You would have to ask someone who's just young to know what they would think, which is not,
I don't know
not
anyone.
me.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be impossible for it not to, right? I'd say probably somewhere in the middle. I definitely have rose-tinted glasses about it, but I think it stands on its own, and if I hadn't played it until today, I think I'd still think it was a good game.
No, I'll go out and say no nostalgia whatsoever.
None.
Yeah, affecting my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah, you said it while smiling. All right.
I was gonna try and hold that in, but I couldn't. Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, I think it does for sure. But I try to check it for stuff like this. I mean, I try to think objectively because realistically, I have some form of nostalgia for all of these games, and I'm trying to look at it objectively, except for Sunshine. I don't care about that.
Wow. All right.
We'll get to that one. And then
We
John,
know what his lowest one's going to be then.
I'm about to say, John, it sounds like you don't really have a lot of nostalgia for this game.
Other than Austin having to play all the ROM hacks, I've probably played this game the most recently out of all of us. And yeah, I've always had the opinion that Mario 64 was a good game back then, but it's obsolete because of all the other games.
I find it hard to go back to Mario 64 every now and then, but it's also the first 3D Mario game, so you kind of have to cut it some slack.
I really feel like one of the things that really holds back the N64 version is the N64, like the controller. This hot mess of a controller here. That's really the only thing that really holds it back. So that's probably why.
I'm just kidding, I don't care. I never thought it was that great.
So yeah, I think the controls have been good, but they needed to be tightened up. The camera, the camera I'll always fight on though.
Does everybody agree that the camera's bad in 64? Like bad?
Not really.
No.
I always thought that was overblown
Yeah,
criticism of the
I
game.
think it's fine.
That's all I've ever known.
John's face.
That's actually
oh no, I'm alone on this. Oh god.
I don't think you're gonna be alone in the comment section for whatever that's worth. Realistically, the camera's not that bad in the game. I don't think there's a couple points where it does bother me, like if you're going under, like in Shifting Sandland, where you're going under the thing where the shell and the cap are on the top, like it'll get stuck under there. But for the most part, it'll never die because of the camera, at least barely ever.
Yeah, it's not a case of it like killing you off, honestly. It's just like I would like more control. And again, this is where my argument of it's obsolete because of the other games, because they give you better control later on, so it feels rough.
So for a camera at the time, I guess you could probably consider that it was the best for what existed so far.
I think when Mario 64 came out, it was probably the best camera in a 3D platformer.
There's no questioning that, especially considering what came out a couple months later, Bubsy 3D, stuff like that. No,
You just played Super Mario 64, Shane. Did it change any of your opinions, memories, thoughts about the game, especially since you were playing it with the developer intended kind of mod on top of it?
It was more or less how I remembered it, but better because they made it how the game is in your imagination.
it's all that, Austin.
I didn't even tell you to do it yet. Gosh.
You're not
don't take
following
directions.
instructions.
No, and never.
I do whatever I want.
Just gonna delete Austin's footage right now. Do you prefer a 3D Mario game with one dedicated theme, like in Sunshine, or several separated themes, like in 64 or Odyssey?
I would prefer multiple themes or just sort of a generic theme. But I mean, even Galaxy, it's like, oh, it's space themed, but there's a lot of different kinds of planets that you go to. So it's still varied in the level design. I mean, if there was going to be a singular theme, it would be beach. I mean, I love vacation beach. If the single theme was like lava, I'd probably be tired of the lava. Like, why is there lava? Why is this the whole game lava?
Sunshine does a great job of making you feel like you're genuinely on vacation and you're stressed out.
Yeah,
the entire time.
You're on vacation and you're being put to work.
It's like a real vacation.
You get to the desk, you just wanna check in, but the room's not ready yet. You gotta mess around, clean up the beach because there's ink monsters everywhere.
Someone's trying to put you in prison.
You've been arrested for vandalism.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, I kind of want to play Mario Lava. Super Mario Lava.
No
Like,
thanks.
what would that be? That'd be cool. Super Mario Lava.
No.
I think that's just Mario Maker. That's just Mario Maker you're describing.
Oh, yeah. They did it in Galaxy, too.
Graduating from 64 to Sunshine, when you started playing it, what did you feel like? Yes, this is better than 64. This thing is better than 64.
Ooh, that's a tough
Wait, you
question.
like Sunshine better than 64?
I didn't say.
No,
I didn't say that.
Oh,
he didn't say that.
specifically asking him.
I thought that's what you said.
No, if there's nothing, you can
I'll
say that
say
as well.
that.
The GameCube controller is like 1,000 years better than the N64 controller. Despite that, even though the controls, it's a little finicky still within the game, but when you...
A little?
Well, here's the thing. When you use the analog triggers to like use the like flood, it feels good. It's
that's good.
It's a very satisfying mechanic for like a Mario game. So for the entire game, for Mario to carry like this water pack, they did a good job of making sure like this feels like a good thing to use all the time, and it's not annoying. Basically, Super Mario 64 goes on vacation. That's what it is, which is why I like it. It's excellent.
But John, so it sounds like you feel a little stronger about this. Do you have anything you'd like to offer?
I'll be perfectly honest. If there's any Mario game I always give crap to the most, it is Sunshine. But I feel like in recent years I've softened up a little bit on it because I think Sunshine controls better generally because the movement you have in that game is kind of ridiculous and fun. I think the structure of the game is a bit weirder. I like how more loose 64 is. But like I hate the fact that you always have to get the 6th star. You always have to defeat Shadow Mario before you can move on to the next area, or like before you unlock the final zone. Like it's weird structurally.
Let's go ahead. I see Austin got a little bit ahead of himself. Let's go ahead and put Mario 64 and Sunshine on your tier list now.
See. Ooh, we're grading. We're not grading on a curve here, I guess.
Oh, damn. Shade's face.
John's trying to make people angry.
John, there's 2 more rows. Did you not see the ones above that?
Oh, you're right. Hang on. Let me move that down here. There we go. Yeah. No.
You saving that S slot for 3D land?
John, please just put everything in B. Please just put everything in B or C. Like, never use the other ones.
Let's go ahead and get on to the next game in the franchise, Super Mario Galaxy.
Woo! I'm pretty sure Shane specifically disagrees with me on Mario Sunshine. Mario Galaxy. So I'm looking forward to arguing with Shane about about that. Well, there's one thing for sure, I think, in terms of it being a sequel. It's better. It's a lot better. That's my reaction.
You can't even say why it's better. You can't even say why.
I didn't realize I had to explain everything.
Can we all just agree that Galaxy isn't that good?
Yes!
No.
Yes, thank you!
No.
Thank you!
Absolutely not.
Thank you! Thank you!
Yeah, John, I'm glad you're on my side
Some
with this.
serious nostalgia vision from Galaxy fans.
Are you serious? No, absolutely not.
No.
John, I'm so glad that you apparently like Galaxy because I was worried it was going to be all three of you and I was going to have to subparly defend this game.
What part about my online persona made you think I was gonna hate Galaxy?
I mean, obviously you like Rosalina, but I mean, maybe I didn't know your specific opinions on Galaxy as the whole game.
I like the Galaxy games a lot.
Good.
Chad and Shane, if you guys want to confer.
Sorry, I just peeked over to Chad's screen.
Wow! All right, okay. It's gonna be one of these videos. Let's go. Let's go.
Chad,
I quit.
pick one thing that makes you the most mad about Galaxy.
The Wii. The Wii sucks.
The
Wii sucks.
You can't refute that statement. It's an irrefutable statement. The Wii sucks.
It does not.
Listen, I don't want to play Fruit Ninja while I'm trying to play freaking Mario, okay? I don't need to
You
collect those
barely
star
use the
bits.
motion controls. You barely use it.
Which Mario game am I playing right now? I bet you can tell. Look at that. Look at me.
You know how you fixed it? Just get a second player. It's the best feature of Mario Galaxy.
No. The motion controls and the screen pointing stuff. That's just easily the worst part of the game.
Just get 2 controllers and just use one for the bits while you play with the other one.
That was great.
I don't know why I have a tape
I'm with
measure,
Chad
by
on
the way.
this one. I hate the fact that it requires motion controls.
I love the Galaxy games, but I hate having to use the Wiimote pointer.
I honestly found flicking the Wii remote to spin Mario to be... I liked it a lot. It was super simple, and I thought it was intuitive just playing the game. Just flick it every
it's
now and then.
simple, but I feel like you can just press a button.
Well, there's not that many buttons, so
Okay,
you got it.
well, yeah, fair.
Regardless of whether or not you like waggling the Wii remote, you feel like it's made worse by other aspects of Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, I think the worst parts of Galaxy are having to point the remote at the screen and like pinch Mario and drag him and do that kind of stuff. It's just terrible. That's the worst part of the game.
What about holding the Wiimote as the ball and then like using that to like...
Oh no, don't bring up the damn ball.
I'd rather it just be an analog stick control.
That's one of the few things that I have to complain about Mario Galaxy is there's not enough levels where you use the motion control. I love that. I love
The
the
mini
ball
games in the
level.
first one are not as good as they are in the second. They're way tighter and they control better in the second one. I think there's
Everything's
only one
better
mini
in the
game I
second
remember hating in Galaxy 2, yeah.
Everything's better in the second one, basically.
I've always felt like Galaxy, everything just felt slower. Like it felt like it took longer for Mario to hit the ground. Everything responds slower. And like going from 64 to Galaxy, it just felt like I was playing 64 in slow motion.
I will agree that Mario Galaxy is slow and it's also really easy, but I don't care. If anything, I like that about it, and I don't need it to be hard or challenging. I just enjoy the overall package.
Yeah, there are definitely things in Galaxy that don't click with me, but it's not because I think they're bad. It's just like, oh, I don't appreciate this, but I can tell that someone else would.
Like a little baby.
Wow. Shane with a nice neutral point. Chad's like, get out of here.
It's a good Mario game for babies. That's why Austin likes it so much.
Austin has gone to space. We're not sure when he'll be back.
Wow. Whoa.
Don't give it a better score just because I hated on it more. Just because I hated on it more.
Wow.
You're making it personal now.
Oh, it's personal. It's personal.
To be fair, I would have actually probably put Galaxy a little higher up. I just put it all the way down just to like. I don't know.
I mean, I had Sunshine at F and then moved it to B. So.
Okay, why is Galaxy 2 better than Galaxy?
I think they just tightened everything up and they added more gameplay options. Like they put Yoshi in, which was, I think they actually wanted Yoshi in Galaxy 1, but just maybe they didn't have the time. Like the concept art shows Yoshi in there. They just knew what they were doing a little bit more because the Galaxy they got to experiment with Galaxy 1. So all the level design seems a little bit more seamless, and I think Galaxy's hub world sucks, so I'm glad they got rid of it.
I'm 50-50 on the hub world. I love the observatory. I love the fact that you can just go into the library and just have Rosalina just telling like a bedtime story to the Lumas. I think stuff like that's really cool for world building. But like otherwise, you just go to the bathroom. There's 5 worlds in the bathroom. Go to the bedroom. There's 5 worlds in the bedroom. I think that's a downgrade from even Sunshine.
I'll always take a hub world over like the 2D Mario level picking.
What has to be there for the progression for it to feel right? Does it just have to be 64? Is there other ways it can be done well?
It absolutely does not have to be 64. And in fact, I think Galaxy did it very well as well. And this is something we didn't even touch on in Sunshine. It's my biggest complaint about the game, is that you have to get the stars in order. You have to get like the first 8 stars in every level or something like that.
7.
Which
6.
7.
Oh, 7, yeah.
It's somewhere between 6 and 8.
That's what 7 is.
You have to get all those stars every time in order to beat the game, which just kills so much of the game for me, because I like to just run around and get whatever stars I feel like. And then there's Odyssey, which we'll get to later, I assume, which
You can talk about it now.
something about the older style of getting a star and it being a really big deal, and then exiting a level and jumping back in or going to a different level. Something about that is really satisfying to me, whereas getting a star in Mario Odyssey is like, okay, cool, I got another one. Let's keep going. Okay, cool, I got another one. It feels almost more like getting a coin than getting a star.
Yeah, I completely agree that kicking Mario out of the level does make it seem more impactful. It's almost like 64 versus Odyssey is like starting a new chapter in a book versus just turning the page.
Do you feel that way, John?
I'm a little torn, but I think I do agree with him. I like the better flow of just like, oh, cool, found it. Let's keep going. Let's see what we can get on this stretch, going in this zone. But, yeah, like, the way that Odyssey tries to bookend it with you getting, like, the Mega Moons, like, the pile of them, and sometimes setting you back, I like how that, in certain maps, resets everything, like it does in New Donk City. The desert area also does that. But like, it doesn't do it enough. I agree with him that the whole going back to the hub world or going back to the menu, the ship, whatever, does add more impact.
Let's go ahead and put away Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 on the tier list. For the people who haven't done it already, go ahead and place them now.
The frick is wrong with you?
Who are you saying that to?
You!
You fixed it.
Well, yeah,
I still disagree with what you just did, but you made it slightly better. You had both Galaxy and Galaxy 2 on S tier, like to get as if they were equal.
So you're putting Galaxy 2 above 64.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you serious?
Something that even a couple years ago I wouldn't have done, but I am doing it now.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna give Shane some time to simmer his hatred for a little bit, and we're gonna move on. 3D Land and 3D World.
I'm not that big of a fan of linear platforming in 3D games, and I to be honest, I don't have a lot of nice things to say about Mario 3D Land. Let's put it that way.
Miyamoto specifically for 3D Land wanted this 3D Mario game that played like a 2D Mario game.
Terrible decision.
So let's go with that, Shane. Why was that a bad decision, in your opinion?
I mean, the whole point of 3D Mario games since Mario 64 has been this, like, open world exploration that they call walled garden, and that's just the best way to do 3D Marios. And if you want to do a linear 3D platforming game, why make it a Mario game? It just seems like a waste to me.
Does everybody else feel that way?
Absolutely.
I mean,
No,
I like
quite.
the 3D World and 3D Land games, but I mean, I wouldn't say they're a waste.
What do you think about 3D Land, Austin? What do you think it does really well?
It does what other 2D Mario games do, which in my head it is, basically.
Because it lacks the exploration element.
Yeah, it's completely linear. You go from one side to the other, and then you finish the level and move on to the next one. And I don't mean to use the term linear like it's a negative, but to me, a 3D Mario game can't be linear like that.
I will give it one thing. I think not only was it the first, but it was one of the only 3DS games where I turned on the 3D and I was like, this makes complete sense. This is the best way to play this game.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I think the one key thing that kind of holds this game back is that it was a handheld game, so it had to be designed around the aspect of you can play it in short bursts because maybe you're in the car and you only get a couple minutes. Its limitation is the platform it was on. If Chad was giving Galaxy issues for being on the Wii, I'm gonna give 3D Land issues for being on the 3DS.
Do you feel like then that constraint applies to Mario 64 DS, which we haven't really talked about yet?
Weirdly, no. I don't know. I don't feel the same way about that one. Probably because most of the stars in 64 were usually pretty short to get, so it already was kind of a short chunk style game.
I'd also say going into 64 on the DS, I'm not viewing it through the lens of this is a portable game. It's like this is a classic home console game with extra bits that I'm just so happen to be playing on a DS.
I never played it at home. I always played it at university. I played it on the train, whatever. So to me, it was a portable game first.
I think the only time I ever played it was late in bed.
So for 3D Land, do you think that game came out very recent, like very close after Galaxy 2? Do you think that kind of primed your expectations for something different on the handheld?
Yeah, I mean, I put Super Mario 3D Land on my top 10 3DS games, so I clearly like the game, but if I didn't have expectations of it being as good as Mario Galaxy, but I mean, if I'm forced to compare the two, then it's going to be much lower, which is why I'm going to rank it very low on this list, even though I like the game. It's not really a fair fight.
As a mobile offering, did 64 DS make any mistakes in that category, or did it kind of just do everything right?
One thing that I really enjoyed about Mario 64 DS was the little casino mini games they added.
Yeah. I was about to say, did anyone actually play the main game?
Even though they weren't substantial, it was a nice little thing. Like, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think I did take Mario 64 DS on the road, but I didn't actually play Mario 64 DS. I was just in the casino playing poker with Luigi or whatever.
Those mini games are definitely the most memorable part about DS. To the point where one of my first memories with the DS is actually playing one of the mini games for so long I maxed out the score counter. So there's some high scoring website where you can score your mini games, and like I'm one of like the 500 people that have like maxed out that game. So it's my world record.
Let's go ahead and put 64 DS and 3D Land on the tier list.
I mean, I don't think we talked at all about the extra characters added to Super Mario 64 DS.
Oh yeah, we didn't. That's like one of the main things they added in.
Sure, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, we can talk about that first then.
I kind of didn't like that addition.
You didn't? I love
because my only gripe with it was that it kind of took away the abilities from everyone else as a result. So Mario can no longer turn metal or invisible, so you basically made Mario weaker.
I kind of agree with John. I think I would have much preferred it if they all had the ability to have whatever power they wanted, and you just chose a character rather than giving each character a power.
That's how I assumed it. Listen, I've never played the game. I assume that's how it worked. It doesn't work like that?
No, it doesn't.
Nope.
I actually disagree with you guys. I'm a little confused on how I'm gonna rank it. I mean, I'm not gonna put it above the original game because it's just an expansion basically.
So now, okay, is there any more? We're good. All right, put them on the list.
John.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nice.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on, I gotta fix my list also real quick. There.
I'll put 64 back down to see if that makes you feel better.
I'm just kidding.
I moved it up. I gave it some credit.
I'm just kidding.
Y'all started winning me over with it.
John, you made a giant L just sideways. I just want you to know.
Yeah, because I love Waluigi.
This is propaganda for Waluigi.
Okay, so Chad's put them on. They're on the list. We're good to go. We were just talking about 3D Land. Let's go ahead and move on to 3D World. I have a feeling that Jon might be its biggest defender. So, Jon, what about 3D World appeals to you? And don't just say Rosalina.
She's in the end of the game. It's not that helpful. It's just like, here's an Easter egg. We've unlocked a brand new character. You've beaten most of the game already. Now do it again. No.
Jon, explain to us all why you're going to put 3D Mario World at B.
I'm not.
He can't because he would have to extend his browser.
I'll put 64 back down if you want. I'll do it. Will that make you feel better?
Okay, Jon, what do you like about 3D World?
Just like Galaxy 1 to 2, the jump is better. Land to World, the jump is better. The stages feel more like a 3D game, still in the 2D style. There's the 4-player multiplayer, which is the fun chaos that really none of the other 3D games really have. But again, if you don't like that 2.5 like 2D, 3D gameplay style mix up in there, you're not gonna like it. But I prefer 2D to 3D, which is probably why it ranks higher for me.
Do you ever play it multiplayer, Jon?
Oh, of course, I had to do it for TRG. I've played the entire game 4 players.
Do you prefer playing it multiplayer or single player?
It depends on how much I want to break my friends' necks.
Because I never played the game until I played it with Jeff, and we played it together, and I thought the game was super fun. I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much playing by myself, though.
I enjoy playing through a single player, and I enjoy playing through a multiplayer because they're both completely different experiences. They're both vastly different, and I think that's why it ranks so high for me, because basically it's one of the few times I've played a game and it's like, it feels fresh.
So you're saying with the multiplayer, it adds like a different way of playing it, so you can play
exactly.
it?
Yeah.
So you would say the same about Super Mario Odyssey with the second player to get that.
I'm gonna say right now,
holding those Wiimotes the entire time?
I've got props.
Look, I can do it too. Does this make you feel better? I got this too. There you go.
No, I agree with you completely. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I think that I actually probably will rank the game higher than Shane and Chad also. I enjoy the game. I don't like it to the extent that you like it, but I think very highly of the game.
Like for me personally, one thing that makes this game feel less substantial for basically no reason is the lack of camera control. Like I feel like if you I feel like if they let me move the camera, this game instantly goes up a point.
Like, listen, okay, you can't move the freaking camera, right? But then you do these like little baby Captain Toad levels, you can move the camera.
But you don't need to move the camera for most of the stages. They're like they're like a 2.5D
No.
You don't need to, but I want to, Jon.
Why would you even want to?
You just want to look at like the empty void that they're all facing.
Let me look at it if I
paid
want to.
$60. Let me look at the void, John. Let me look at the void.
Just watch the Boundary Break episodes on YouTube. You don't need to move the camera.
I'll do that instead of playing the game.
Oh, dang. Do you prefer a challenging Mario 3D experience? Does it need to be challenging?
Mario game definitely needs to be challenging. Otherwise, it's kind of like a waste of your time. That's the point of a video game is that it should be challenging. I don't know, some people like getting the golden power up from dying 100 times and then just one-shotting the level. They like that, but I don't. Even though I often do use that power up though. But I'm using the power up to get over the obscene difficulty that's completely unnecessary at times. So that's why I use the infinite and cannot die super god power up.
Just because you don't care about the difficulty of a game doesn't mean you're using the golden mushroom. Like that's an invalid argument. I take that and I throw it.
I think.
Whoa, bro!
Rarely through Chad. Rarely
just
throw away.
Me?
That's amazing.
Oh, wait. Oh, I just caught it. All right. Saved.
Can I have it back? I paid money for that.
All right. Saved!
Actually, yeah. You know what? Whiteboard time.
Okay.
What's the most difficult 3D Mario game on the list to beat? Not complete, to beat.
to
Get to
beat?
credits.
To get to credit.
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
I get those every once in a while. Austin is already ready.
I already wrote it down, and I'm not gonna waste another paper.
All right, show him. Wow, really?
Oh, Galaxy 2.
Wow.
Question mark. Question mark, though.
Okay, let's get into this. Why do we feel like Sunshine's the hardest?
Because the controls suck.
I think it's because it forces you to do the hard missions. Like, you can't
Yeah.
skip them.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, the controls suck.
No, they
But
don't.
yeah, that too.
They don't.
They're not
sound-
very
Don't.
good.
They do not suck.
They are not very good.
They're almost like too responsive.
They are.
Too-
They're way too responsive. And I didn't.
But I think
I
that's
didn't
like
rant
that
about
like
this.
is in its favor though, because then you can do crazy shit with it. Like
No.
the water acceleration tricks and stuff like that are really fun.
Well, the water side, as long as you have flood, it's fine because you can use flood to make up for any like random mistakes. But especially in the levels where you lose flood, you tap the control, like you tap the joystick just barely, and he just like jerks over in one direction.
Nintendo
I
puts
hate
you in
that.
these like levels where the things you need to do, like they should and have to be so minute, but they give you these controls that like no matter what you do, it's like an over input. It's just like
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
that's proving my point.
it is finally apparent Chad has broken some part of his recording setup. If anyone had that on their bingo cards, you know, there it is.
Jeez.
Well, I just want to say one thing about World that's slightly inflammatory.
Okay, yeah.
Take Cat Mario, like the cat suit out of that game, has no identity. It is homogenized Mario.
I agree with that.
What about when Mario gets into a ski boot? They could put that on the cover.
All right, well, with that being said, why don't we go ahead and place World, and we can move on to the. But I'm curious to see if it will be the most or least contentious game on the list. I feel like Galaxy ended up being the most contentious game.
I knew it would because I knew Shane's opinion on it for sure.
The most yelling and recording setup destroying pick so far.
3D World's good because the golden mushroom played the game for me.
Are you me?
I win.
Nice. Wow. So John's putting up at A, and then Shane at C. Everyone else agrees that it's C. Mario Odyssey, right?
You know, honestly, probably the one I've played the least is Mario Odyssey.
Honestly, is the one I'm curious about because it's the newest one.
Even though Mario had like this magical cap in Odyssey, I feel like Odyssey did a good job of trying to more stick to a more purist take on Mario, especially with all like the 2D Mario integrated bits they put into the game that were like mini games or whatnot. Give me my pure Mario. That's what I want.
I think it's fun to like revisit a level and sort of like think about where all the moons are and just like try and get them all as fast as you can in one go on a level. Just like plan ahead. Always
Yeah.
get as many as you can on a level, and then you come back to the ship and see all the moons fly into the balloon, and like that part of it's satisfying.
Yeah.
But the value of each moon varies wildly, and some of them, like as John said, I think are basically just coins.
No, I think that was Chad that mentioned the coin thing, but yeah, no, they're
Austin. That was Austin.
Yeah, as Todd said.
Yeah, it was me. I think actually Gerard texted me and told me to say that was bad.
that checks out.
I kind of agree that obviously some of the moons are very easy to find, but I do appreciate that some of them are super cryptic, and
Yeah.
I like that. It kind of reminds me of parts of Mario 64 that I liked, where it's like, hey, find this star. Here's a little hint, and it's like, what? Well, how am I supposed to figure that out? It feels like there's a lot of moons like that in Odyssey.
Thinking about getting kicked out of a star and back into the hub world in the other games, do you feel like being able to just play and go up and down and all around these areas was worth not being kicked out?
I feel like they kind of counteracted that with the whole being able to teleport to any star you've kind of gotten, or like the flagpoles that they hide around. Like it's specifically the Sand Kingdom, like halfway up like all the pyramids, there's a warp you can use to jump back there.
I think I do get what you're saying though, Todd. Like there's definitely been times I remember when I was first playing Mario 64 or Mario Sunshine, where I'd come across a star and I'd be like, do I want to grab this yet, or do I want to like keep going and see what the rest of the level is? And in Odyssey, you don't have to worry about that. You can just grab the moon and keep going.
Austin, did you have any thoughts about like re-exploring areas?
No.
Do you have any strong feelings about Odyssey at all?
I don't have a lot of strong feelings about Odyssey. I overall approve with the way they did the running through the level, you get a star, you keep going. While I do think, again, that's a great evolution for the Mario series, part of me still likes the old way of doing it. And I genuinely can't tell if I'm just being like a boomer or if... probably that. Okay, I mean, even if I am boomering it, that's what I like. I like it. Things were better back in my day.
I feel like Mario Odyssey capitalizes on all the things that were good about previous Mario games. I don't really have a lot of things to complain about it. It's a fun game. I would play it over and over again, many times over some of the other Mario games on this list for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as Austin. Like, it hasn't had as much time to stew as the rest of these games, but I do like it a lot. I think it's a great game.
Are there parts that stick out in your memory, even if you've only played it once, stick out in your memory as being like, ooh, I really like this segment because the worlds are so big. So it's like, I like this chunk, I like this space.
I think New Donk City, probably. New Donk City is kind of like the one place that's its own walled garden that's reminiscent of Mario 64 because it puts an emphasis on verticality. And it's not too wide, but there's still lots of little things to do. I think that's the area that sticks with me the most.
And it's got the weird people.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, can we take a minute to talk about there are like
those
people Mario game?
Sonic Adventure-esque.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said Sonic Adventure because I was going to say the same thing.
So yeah, basically Mario Odyssey is at least an A tier, you know.
At least A tier. That's interesting. Do you feel like Odyssey, with all of the myriad ways in which he can wah and who, do you feel like he's the best Mario?
I do. His movement options are just super fluid.
Yeah.
He's got...
The controls are really good.
The mobility is strongest.
It's kind of them perfecting what they set out to do in Sunshine to begin with, like adding that vertical and extended movement with the FLUDD, but instead just found a way to do it even more naturally because they just made it Mario's hat.
That is probably the best part about Mario Odyssey versus other 3D Mario games is the controls are just insane. And some of the stuff you can do with the controls, like speed run stuff, it's crazy watching people play this game.
And like you can possess pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Did everybody like that?
Yeah, I thought that was neat.
It was like an interesting spin on Mario power-ups. It's like, well, what can we do with these power-ups? Should we make, just like put a spring around him or maybe the bee again? It's like, nah, just put a T-Rex in the level and let him take over the brain.
We're just gonna make Mario like a demon that can possess anything. That's pretty cool, right?
I'm kind of shocked that people don't have a lot of Odyssey opinions. Everyone's like, yeah, it's good.
Like Shane said earlier, it's the most recent one, so it needs something different to compare it to.
Okay. Well, hey, look, if that's the limit of conversation, then why don't we go ahead, put it on the tier list, and then get to the final rumbles about everyone's opinion. Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, hi, Marks. All right. Well, these are our tier lists.
Chad, why is nothing B tier?
Yeah, I either like it or I hate it. It's pretty simple. I need a divider.
I mean, I'm pretty. I could rage about Mario Sunshine or Mario Galaxy rather at D tier on Chad's, but I feel like we've already been there and done that at this point.
You sure you don't want to talk about the Wiimote one more time?
So, like, looking at some of these lists, I mean, there's like a pretty good amount of variety other than 3D Land being universally panned, except for the fact that Jon has put 64 as the worst of all 8 3D platformers.
What the heck?
Easily the worst take of this episode.
Yeah.
It's just obsolete compared to everything else. That's just how I feel about it.
I feel I may be the only one who ranks 64 the lowest, but I feel like my reasoning for it makes sense, and I can probably make them agree with that.
64 is the lowest. It's
better.
pretty. Oh, we're gonna have to fix that.
I would mull over flipping these two. That's about it.
Thank God.
At least.
Oh,
We're gonna have to at least go that far and much further, I think.
I like how a B ranking is apparently too low.
Did you hear about this new guy, NormalBoots? Doesn't like Mario 64.
All right. Well, hey, look, if everybody is sufficient in their opinions there, why don't we have a little bit of fun and we'll make a list that everybody is going to harmoniously agree on.
no.
No.
And we're all going to agree.
No.
And we're all going to say we accept that.
No.
No.
No?
This show sucks.
Is it so impossible that we shouldn't bother? Because we don't have to.
No, we gotta try. We gotta try.
Can we just all respect that 3D Land should be at the bottom?
Yes.
I think we can all respect that. 3D Land's the
Okay.
worst of them. I feel like
D?
we can also state like the worst 3D Mario game is still better than most other 3D kind of games.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
I mean, we're ranking these next to other Mario games.
Yeah.
I'm not like top stacking mine like John.
Well, do you want me to space mine out? I'll do it.
I mean, realistically, this would probably be my list if I was doing it like that. I'd probably be like this. But I mean, like, what's the point of having
Can you even
C
put
for
it
rep-
back the way you just had it exactly? I bet you can.
Yeah, I can. It was like this.
He's forgotten already. He's already forgotten.
Wait, hold on. How did I? It was like that, right? Wait, no. I had Odyssey up there. That's what it was.
This is, guys, just to remind you, this is a perfect indicator of why this is not that serious of a show.
No, it is because if Mario Galaxy is not an A or higher, I'm not going to agree.
So, okay, I'm gonna do this. How do we feel?
This is a bad decision.
I'm okay with this. So far, I'm okay with this.
I'll take A as long as if anything else is in A, it goes above Galaxy.
Yes.
So, Chad, you'll accept that.
I will compromise with that.
Okay,
I'm not gonna blanket except that it depends on the context. We can keep going though.
It will depend on the context, but I'm okay with where it is right now.
All right. Sunshine, I feel like it's a little contentious. A or B? B?
That's where I have it. So
That's only one rank down for me. That's not a big deal.
You think this B? A?
what?
Is this too far
No.
for people?
No way.
No, I think me and Chad already made a concession by letting Galaxy go in A. Sunshine goes above Galaxy.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, you are kind of immediately going against what we just agreed upon. So,
I
yeah.
didn't agree. I very specifically did not agree upon it. If you'll recall.
It's true. Austin
Flashback.
basically said, I don't care what any of you people say.
Yeah,
Galaxy
and I don't.
can't be this low. Okay, how about...
Sunshine's probably the one game that if you do want to go against our agreement and put it in B, fine, whatever.
Yes,
I can put
mean,
Sunshine in A, but I think it has to be before Galaxy.
You mean that it's lower than Galaxy is what you mean.
Yeah, but there's still A rank. Yeah, I can accept that.
Let me put it this way. I thought I was being nice when I put Sunshine at B. When realistically, it probably should be more like this.
We probably also use the same scale because Austin's the only one who used F.
Do you guys agree with my logic for future episodes? Shouldn't you try to stretch out the list so it fills most of the tier
I
list?
think
feel like
everyone
you
should do what they want to do.
I feel like that's stupid.
Free
That's
spirits.
stupid. Okay, guys, I just want to say I've already conceded very heavily.
About
I
what?
think 3D Land should be at F, and you guys put it at D. I mean, that's a pretty strong concession.
I think John's the only one who put it in like I care about this tier.
I can lower it. Do you
Let's
want me
move
to-
on. Let's move on. 64 DS.
I'd be fine with B or A, I think.
Yeah,
B or
I'm
A.
fine with B or A.
B. Okay. All right. That's easy. No yelling. Great.
I'm not complaining about that one. Keep a mark.
3D World.
I know I'm not gonna win this argument. So it's probably gonna end up in B.
Well, John, will you accept this B behind 64 DS, or does it need to be in front of 64 DS?
I'm fine with that. It'd be behind
I like it
64
more,
DS.
but I know I'm the outlier here, so I can accept that.
Fight for it, John. Fight for
I
it.
think we should give John that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I
we'll
think we
get,
should give
okay.
John that
I'm
one.
fine
All
with
right.
that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to concede a lot for 64.
How about how about this? S.
I put it at the top of A.
Yeah.
It's jumping pretty high for my personal taste, but I don't care that much. I'll concede it. I'm gonna use this.
You can't use anything. You haven't conceded anything.
I bet so.
No, you really haven't, dude.
But my request, it's not a demand, it's a request, is that we put Mario Galaxy 2 above Odyssey.
I don't have a defense, but I will say I don't like this decision.
I'm gonna say no. If we do put it in S, we're basically just completely ignoring Chad's opinion.
That's fine.
True.
That's okay.
Chad, will you accept this?
Well,
I'll accept
I'm
Highest
totally,
A. I'll accept
I'm
Highest
totally
A.
in agreement that Galaxy 2 is definitely better than the first one.
Last but not least, the most important. Is it the best?
I'm gonna say I can't concede on this. It needs to be an S tier.
Same.
At least S tier.
It's the OG. How do you not have it be
I'm
S
the
tier?
only one who doesn't have it in S, so
You have
by
it
law
last.
of averages,
Yeah, you have it last. You're pulling your average down way too much, John.
Yeah, put Mario 64 at the top of S, and then
Okay.
we're gonna move Mario 3D Land up to B.
3D Land up to B.
Yeah. There you go, John. There you go.
What kind of tier list is this? It's too heavy.
it's just my list now.
It's just John's list. Can we all accept that this is, despite however condensed,
I hate that it's condensed.
Let me say
that
this,
counts as
okay.
a point for me. I'm conceding that it's so condensed it makes no sense. What's the point of tier list? It'll be like top 10 Mario games. Number 1, Mario 64. Number 1, 2, Mario Odyssey. Number 1, 3.
If there's one silver lining, it's how much it's irritated Austin.
that's content. No, okay, look. Let's just get rid of that F tier. Spread it out to D. So this is the worst. How else do things move if we do this?
Nothing.
Not really, no.
Over. Okay, it's done. Thanks everybody for watching our pilot episode of Gamer Tiers. We hope you enjoyed it. The bit kind of got cut, but a quick mathematical breakdown by tier, not by game, indicates that Chad and John each shed 7 tiers in the final list, and Shane was fittingly the driest eye with just 4. Stay tuned for more Gamer Tiers in the future with slightly less chaos. Bye-bye.